Hello everyone and welcome back to another Funko unboxing video. I've got some new pops with me, and of course with our current times, these are pops that I've ordered online from the Funko shop and eBay and Mercari, and I'll show those to you guys right now. So these are the pops that I got from the Funko shop, and I actually opened these earlier because the box worried me. It had this huge dent. I was so scared. I needed to make sure, okay, are these smashed or not? And yes and no, but I'll tell you why. But first, I'll show you the one that I was most excited for, and that is Finley, and this is a new series that Funko is doing called Pop Around the World, where they kind of take like a certain animal or species and they kind of make it into like this anthropomorphic kind of like representation of the country and the culture. Like this is for Ireland, so you get a fox and dress him up like a leprechaun, which is a cute idea. And then you could see all the others, like they have 12 and they've only released 5, Barkingham all the way to Rosa. There's still 7 more to be released. I did miss Barkingham, like I do want him, but I was kind of late, and I'm still gonna get Rosa whenever I can. It's just I'm already kind of backed up on Pops, plus there are others that I want more than Rosa. And then I think I'm gonna stop it there. I mean, the other ones don't really interest me as much. Like I thought Hamzel looked kind of cute, but not Finley cute. And then I do think Douglas and Nora are interesting because they come with like little animals. Like if you could see, Douglas has a bird, Nora has a fish, and I think that's a really interesting thing. So I can see other people getting into this series, but I just thought Finley looked the cutest out of all of them, and I see this as, kind of to go back here, I see this as like a good way to get a pop that kind of represents your culture or heritage that isn't American. So like if you're more Canadian or Japanese or from South America or Spain or something like that, I see this as being a really interesting series. And I don't think I'm Irish, but I just think Finley was just super adorable. And you guys might know I'm kind of a sucker for cute characters, so I just had to get Finley. So enough talking, let's take him out of the box. Oh yeah, and every Pop Around the World, I guess, comes with a stand, not a stand, a background. So it's like a cliffside, and you can see there's a rainbow, which, I mean, since Finley looks like a leprechaun, I guess it's like a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So really cute idea, but let's look at the pop itself. Oh wait, I forgot to also mention that there's a pin, which, yeah, with Around the World, they made like a passport book. So if you collect all 12, you can put all the pins on there, which I don't think I'm going to get the passport book because I'm not going to get all of them. Plus, I think it'd be much cooler if the pin was in the box because I'm more of an in-box collector than out-of-box collector. I think this would just look cooler within the box next to the pop, but the pin design is cool. You get the character's face with the flag in the background, and I'm not a fan of the purple color, but I do like how it's positioned and the rest of the colors aside from that purple. So now we'll look at the pop. So here's Finley, and he's so tiny. It's so cute. Like he is like pop size. I mean, he does have his own box, but I do like how they made him look like really small. Like if I display him with some other pops, he'll look short in comparison. And nicely painted. I don't see a messy paint job. The outfit's so adorable. He's got his 4-leaf clover and his coins, because leprechauns have a pot of gold, and he's just so adorable. Like, I love how they make him have like bigger eyes than a normal pop, which really conveys the cuteness of it. I love the ears poking out of the hat. Like, it is kind of clear that they just glued the ears onto the hat, but it's still an adorable idea. And then, wait, let me look at the coins. Oh, wow, like, you're not going to be able to see it here because it's too blurry or something, but if you take a closer look, the coins have the Funko crown on them, like, on the logo. So that's a really interesting detail. So, yeah, so glad I have Finley because, like I said, I don't think I have Irish blood. I might, but it's just he was so adorable that I couldn't skip out on him. So really glad I could get him in time before he goes out like Barkingham did. And speaking of Pop Around the World, I did get another one, and that was Ozzy, and this time instead of Ireland, it's Australia. So, of course, they make him a koala in a Crocodile Dundee safari outfit, and of course, he's eating leaves. I forgot what leaves koalas eat, but I do think it's cute with the leaves hanging out of his mouth. And then, once again, same box basically. You get the map, the suitcase, and such. So all the around the world pops are gonna have the same box, which is kind of upsetting. I mean, like you could have some like Australian things on it or landmarks or something. Like you could do those for the rest of the around the world, but what's different is the character and the flag. Oh, and the number. But guess it's all right. And then it might be a little clear here, but look what happened. It got this giant tear, which admittedly is a pretty big box damage, but I don't think I'd call it the worst. Like, it is kind of bent in the back, too, if you can see. It's a little uneven on the left side where my thumb is. But anyway, if this is the worst box job out of my collection, then I shouldn't be too upset. But I mean, my Violet and my Hot Topic Nerdette have some pretty bad box damage. But if this is the worst, like what I declare to be the worst, then it's not truly awful. Like, I was rethinking about like possibly like sending it back and getting a better one, but I was kind of being nice. I'm like, you know what? Times are hard. Plus, shipping pops back is annoying. Like this is why I don't like online shopping in the first place, because I'd rather go out and find the pop. Plus, for like other problems, like I want to write paint job or something like that. But anyway, let's open this one up. Once again, another background. It looks like the Outback, so very, very fitting for this pop. But let's grab the pin. So we got the pin, and once again, it's the character behind the flag. This time I like the red on here. I guess because since it's partially the British flag with the Australian flag, the red is a nice contrast to the blue because of the British flag at the top corner. So I do think the border color here is a lot better than it was on Finley, though I think Finley's design with the Ireland flag is a bit better too. So kind of opposite, but let's now look at the pop. So we got Ozzy, and I'm glad that the box damage I got didn't harm the pop itself, because this was another thing that I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't send it back, because the pop looks undamaged at the least. So got him with the leaves. It does look like he's jabbing it into his neck or his head. So it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of brutal, but got it hanging off. Got the big eyes once again, and I do like how cute it is, though his stance is kind of boring because he's just standing there. Like, I mean, if you saw Finley, he had like this dance, and then if you look at some of the other ones, I mean, Tuka's dancing, Rosa's dancing, Hamzel has his hand to his side, Paco is like tilted. Like they have interesting poses, unlike Ozzy here, but I think the detail of his outfit and the design kind of make it excusable, but not as wanted as Finley for me, but I'm glad I got Ozzy because, once again, I don't think I have any Australian blood in me, but I guess recently I've been getting into like Australian animation. I mean, Bluey and the works of Adam Elliott, so I was just thinking, hey, this could kind of represent Australian things that I like, so yeah, kind of glad I got Ozzy too. Now I just need Barkingham and Rosa to kind of complete my wants of the Pop Around the World series. Now we finally move out of the Funko shop and out of the Pop Around the World and now on to eBay and Mercari, which I feel like you guys should give eBay and Mercari a chance, especially nowadays. Like, I know with eBay you could get flippers that will charge heavy prices or Chinese bootleggers that will give you a fake one, but if you're lucky enough, you could get one for a good price with free shipping, because I hate with like Hot Topic and other reliable stores, you have to pay like an absurd amount of money, like $5 or $7 for shipping and handling. So if you get one at free shipping on eBay or Mercari, which Mercari I feel like you'll get way more legit pops there, you can get pretty lucky. So I kind of recommend giving those two websites a chance. But first off, I'll show the one that I got on eBay, and that is Mewtwo. Now, of course, you could tell that I was waiting for this one because he's kind of a really well-known Pokemon. I think he was like the first popular legendary. He might be the most popular legendary Pokemon because, I mean, he got the first movie, he got a Smash Brothers character, all that stuff. He was just so insanely popular. And with this series of Pokemon, I think they made some good choices. I do think, while Vulpix is cute, I don't get why it's a pop, but I mean, Mr. Mime got popular, especially with Detective Pikachu, and then, of course, Pichu makes sense, because, I mean, once again, Smash Brothers, and it's the young Pikachu, so you kind of need Pikachu and Pichu together, but I think Mewtwo is going to be the most popular out of the four for this series, and, of course, I got this one first, but I'm still wanting to get Pichu into my collection as well, so that might be a future unboxing, but anyway, I've been waiting for this one, and I got him for a good price, so let's take Mewtwo out. We're just overloading on backgrounds this episode, but it is a thing for all Pokemon Pops to have a background based on what type they are, and since Mewtwo's a Psychic, he's got a Psychic background, which I'm not a big fan of the backgrounds. I should have said this earlier, but I'm not a big fan of the backgrounds because I would just want it for the pop. I mean, I guess it's a nice extra detail, like with the Star Wars pops, and weirdly enough, the SNL pops have a background, or at least the one I have does, which is Stefan, but not my kind of thing. I just get it for the figure itself. So let's look at the figure. He just fell. Scared me. And of course he comes with a stand, and this stand looks really big. Like, this is probably the biggest stand I've ever seen. Like, I know I do have some pops that come with stands. Like, pretty much every female pop I have has a stand, but this is probably the biggest I've seen, which I guess makes sense because Mewtwo is kind of a... He's not a giant, but he is kind of a big character. So let's get this on. There we go. So here we have Mewtwo, and yeah, I'll just hold him like this, and the body is perfect. Like, this is Mewtwo's body, and even with the oversized head, I still think it works. Like, his head isn't tiny, but of course with Pops, their thing is they have oversized heads. But I think it works. They completely morphed it. They gave him the heavy eyebrows like you see in most Dragon Ball Pops, and then the indented mouth and nose, which at times can be uncanny, but I appreciate it that they don't just have a decal. Like, they literally morphed a mouth and nose. So that's perfect. Body has simple colors, so like this could be the vinyl while this part is the paint, but at the same time, it looks like they glued it on. Oh yeah, they so glued it on. So it's like two different pieces, but still really good execution. He looks really, really good. So really glad I could have Mewtwo. Nice pose, nice body, all that kind of stuff. Now we get to the last one that I got on Mercari, and this was probably the one I was most excited for because I tried to find this on GameStop, but of course it's sold out, which GameStop's kind of hard right now because I would rely on that website the most because it'd be the cheapest, but of course if it's a pop you'd really want, they'd probably sell out fast, but you could get lucky, but the ones I want sell out really fast, so I'd have to find another website. So glad Mercari had this pop cheaper than what I would have paid if I got it at GameStop, and that is the mayor of Flavortown himself, Guy Fieri. And I do like the Icons line because I like getting pops based on real celebrities, not actors playing characters, but like real legit celebrities. So Icons is kind of one of my favorite lines for like modern pop culture celebrities. I like watching the Food Network, but of course one of my favorite shows on that network is Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, where Guy Fieri will travel around America and kind of recommend small businesses, which is a really nice idea to kind of get like local businesses booming for like the amazing food they have. So, of course, he got big and he is a bit of a meme right now, but in a good way. Like, people think Guy Fieri is like legit awesome, if you couldn't tell from the way he's dressed. So, of course, when they announced him, I wanted Guy Fieri, so I'm so glad I could get him. So let's check him out. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Love, peace, and taco grease. I love how, especially now, they're getting super creative with tabs. Like, if you watch all my unboxings, you can tell that I've gotten some pretty cool tabs before, like Johnny Cash and Miles and Garfield and all that stuff. So I love how they're being very creative with tabs nowadays. And this pop doesn't come with a background, which is really upsetting. But we do have this figure, and I instantly love it. Though, looking more at it, it does have a couple little nitpicks. Like, I think the shoes are painted a little sloppily, but not god awful shoe design. It's just, yeah, it's just really sloppy. The shirt looks good, aside from a couple like dinks on the top of like yellow paint. It looks really all right. Look at the webbings of his fingers. They're not like cut out all the way. Not that big of a complaint. I do appreciate the having a lens and seeing the eyes with the sunglasses, so it's not like the Slash Pop where it's just colored in sunglasses. So I like that. What I'm not a fan of is how they kind of. It looks like they glued the sunglasses to wrap around his face. And I mean, most sunglasses work like that. I mean, compared to regular glasses, so they could be accurate and they could be glued on, which I think they are. But I'm not a big fan of how they kind of wrap around the face. I'd prefer to have them sticking out. Like, I know, of course, that could make them break, but I just think they'd look better. But aside from that, big pluses. I just like his design. I like his pose. Um, I like the burger he's holding. I like the T-shirt, and I like the way his body looks. Like, Guy Fieri is kind of an overweight guy, so it's already hard to make it into pop form. So, like, if you look from the side, he looks pretty skinny, but they make up for it by making his body a little wider. So he does look big like he does in real life. So I kind of appreciate Funko for doing that. So, yeah, despite those nitpicks I brought up, this might be my favorite pop of today's unboxing. This or Finley, because Finley was so cute. But no, really love this pop. If you really like Guy Fieri, I recommend getting this pop because he is worth it for the design. And that's my most recent unboxing. These were kind of like April, May releases, though I'm really excited for my next unboxing because it's like all super anticipated pops, but I don't know how long they'll be. But anyway, I'm really like what I got here, especially Guy and Finley. They're tied for like which ones are my favorite this unboxing, but Ozzy and Mewtwo look great as well. I recommend getting Finley or Ozzy before they leave the Funko store. I believe you'll have lots of time to get Mewtwo and possibly Guy, but Guy's getting really popular right now, so hurry now before he gets really sold out. But so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment below which one of these pops is your favorite. Consider subscribing for more Funko unboxings as well as other content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.